Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and I am a truck nut. Yes, that's right. I am a nut. So I haven't left home yet. We're just headed to go work on Smokey. We got Kenny sitting here. And one of the things that I need to figure out with putting the interior back in Smokey is what I'm going to do about the trims. You know, the plastic trims around the front window. So I want to take a look and see what's left in Kenny and see what's left in K2 and what I should do. Kind of rhymes, eh? What's left in K2? What should I do? Anyways, let's climb up and take a look. All right. Let's get Kenny the koala away from the window so he doesn't get schmarmy. There you go, buddy. Okay. So if we look up here, there is no trim. So it's obviously broke done. And there is some trim up here, which I don't think those were on. I don't think those were on Smokey. Got this down here, which is kind of normal. And these are the other pieces on Smokey that were a little bit melty. So I'm wondering if I should steal this piece off of K2 or just put it in without it. Right now I'm thinking we could put it in without it, because looking at it, it's not terrible. So yeah, and if we look back there, you know what? I should never use those little lights because they didn't stick and they fall down. And it's junk. It's junk, I say. Well, I should. They just don't stick very good. So anyways, I think in Smokey I might do watermelon lights. I know. Watermelon lights are cool. I keep forgetting that I can actually stand up here, which is truly the benefit of the larger K100 Aerodynes like Kenny and K2, because you can't do this in Smokey. So, and look at how big the tunnel is. Yeah, it's really noticeable. And you know, sometimes I think about making an RV into one of these, or making these into an RV and then putting like a walk-through back here, and then you could make it a 4-seater, which would be really cool. But dang, that'd be a lot of work. That would be a lot of work. I really do like Kenny. You know, I sometimes think maybe I should take Kenny and K2 and blend them together, because K2 actually has a frame. But anyways, I probably also like to create work for myself. Look at this dash. Classic K100 dash. Okay. Anyways, let's get to the other house. Yeah, the other interesting thing is, sorry, I'm just checking out parts in case I have to rob them. I know, I said it, in case I have to rob them. Yeah, the other interesting thing is summer is short. Fall is coming quickly. We got Fiona over there. Haven't got her started yet either. I've got points, coil, condenser for it, but I haven't got around to it. I know. I took the last couple of weeks off of socials and medias, and yeah, went and visited Andrea's mom down in the Lower Mainland. She's like 84 years old almost, so you know what? You gotta check on your folks. So, and over here, I've got Low and Slow sitting, ready for winter, because this morning it was -4 Celsius, which is just below freezing Fahrenheit. I don't know what degree that is. But if we look, there he is, Low and Slow. So I've got Low and Slow sitting, so the cab is just under cover. And then that way, you know, when we get rain and stuff, it keeps the rain off. So yeah, I'm got a few things I should do to that, but maybe I'll get it done this winter. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll find out. I still have to put that front interior in. It's not even that big of a job, so I don't know why I haven't done it yet, but maybe because I have too many projects. But can you really have too many trucks? No. Okay, over to the other house. I gotta say, guys, look at how pretty it is. I know. I was surprised too, but fall colors. They look kind of, you know, it lasts for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then the winds blow it all away. So, hard to believe that winter's coming. Gosh, the summer went by fast. And we're back at the other property. We put some trucks out in the boneyard because, well, this is one of the things that I was doing while I wasn't working on trucks. We put in a propane tank. I know. What a novel idea, you say, Mike. Why did you put in a propane tank? Well, let me tell you. We put in a propane tank so that way we have heat in the shop if we're not burning wood. Now, the wood boiler is still there and it still works, but we got to buck up that wood, and we don't have enough wood for all winter. So wood's getting expensive, hard to get. So it's like, you know what, I bit the bullet, and it's like part of the money that I got from Duke is now heat for the house and the shop. It's not fun, it's not glamorous, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So anyways, let's look in K2 and just check out what I'm just noticing something on the bumper. Why are there 3 bolts over there and only 2 bolts over here? Is that normal? I mean, I guess it is. Because that bolt's kind of centered on that, and yeah, these bolts don't even, they don't line up at all. Well, that's an interesting, that's all I gotta say is, So, I'm gonna go inside. It'll be more clear why it makes us go, Also, check out that battery box cover. It's kind of toast. Toasty. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, we're in K2. Lights don't work. You can see K2 has its plastics around the window, and these go on. Of course, the light's not. These goes on over top of it, and I assume this goes underneath the overhead. And I was wondering if I should steal, aka borrow, the plastics for K2 for or K2's plastics for Smokey. But it does have a couple of cracks, and then you kind of think, you know, these windows aren't even cracked, although I do need to put some sealant right there. But or do you just let sleeping dogs lie? And when I say let sleeping dog, or leave the sleeping dogs, I mean just leave it alone, because this doesn't have to be mucked with. The things a guy has to decide when you're doing project trucks. And I mean, it could be oh, look at that, the window's gone down. Well, that's not good. I have to try and fix that. I never noticed that. I wonder if the floor is wet. No, it's not wet. And this irritates me. Yeah, somebody stole the controls and they just snipped the wires. So this is one of those things that I need to get the old K2 back on the road, which is a lot of things, as well as this. Somebody stole this. Now this is like aftermarket. I think that was like for that inverter, but that's all dented. Few parts stolen is what I'm saying. So what do you think, guys? Should I rob Peter to pay Paul? One of the things that I think I am going to do is I'm going to borrow these wiper arms for Smokey. I know. I don't want to make it a complete parts truck, but I need those. I need them. That's right. And is that water on the outside or the inside? Okay, it's on the outside. Yeah. You know, the glass in this truck actually isn't that bad. Which is kind of interesting. I do need to get that window up though. You know what else I would like to do? Oh, that hub is leaking a little bit. Well, would you look at that? I would like to put some wheels and tires on this. Well, for one, to free up my chain. You know, just bring the thing out here and put some tires on and put them like that, you know, backwards, so that this thing's easier to move around. So, because I don't like the fact that it's kind of been left helter-skelter. I know, neither do you guys, but you know, life has been crazy this year. But look at Stubby. Stubby's all stubblyifying. We moved it out of the way. We had to move it out of the shop. So I'm going to show you why. And I would like to drive it to work. I know, I said it. It needs a few things, but we're going to drive it. And look at that. I need to mow the field. Or get some animals that eat grass. And willows. Ah yes, it's nice and warm in the shop. And check out why it's warm. Bah! That's right. I put in the propane radiant heater. Ladders are still up. And this is why I haven't been making videos. Well, I did this a couple of weeks ago. And instead of working on the truck, I also brought my little tractor over. Because I got some stuff to move. But yeah, so now we got that, and we've still got the wood boiler in-floor heat stuff, but we don't have to use the in-floor heat if we don't have wood, and if we do have wood, we can use it. And in the meantime, we just come over here to the thermostat, and we go, okay, it's 55 degrees in here, which is actually pretty decent. And we'll go, you know what? I think I'd like it to be 58 degrees. And then we wait. Oh, there it goes. I can hear it. I can hear it. I should probably pick up these papers too. You know, got that bad thing where you kind of leave stuff on the ground when you know, it's like, okay, we're done. Just drop it. But anyways, so that's really cool. And I wired it. I had to run conduit up and over, and then I ran it down there into the wall and set it up on that breaker so that I can shut it off if we so desire. And you know, that's the only downside of having the pin inside, is to run this wire and have it hidden. It would have been difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. So anyways, and the reason why I was looking at that bumper and why I'm comparing it to this bumper, because this bumper is jacked. So it's got a cutout for the toe pin. So I mean, it must have been made for this K100, but look at the bolting points, because this has got 1, 1, and in, and that almost looks like a Peterbilt 359, but that other bumper has 2 bolts there, 2 bolts, yeah, 2 bolts there, and then I think it had 1 bolt here, whereas this one's different. But I was gifted some surplus bumpers. Check it out. I know. I got bumpers. So yeah, with all these bumpers, I am going to see what fits that truck, and we're gonna use it. I don't know what they fit though. That one looks like a Kenworth bumper. I'm not sure with those 4 bolt holes, or maybe, see this one, the one hole looks like it's on a curve. This one has no bolt holes at all, but it's like a blind mount where it's on the top and the bottom, like it bolts there and bolts up there. So that's kind of nice. I kind of like that. So, and if we look up here, that looks like it could be a 389 bumper maybe. And this one might be too, or it could be a, are those both? One of those looks like it was drilled out. You know, it's got a scratch and stuff. And this one here, like what has that 4 bolt holes? I don't know, could it be a Western Star? I was also thinking this one's probably a Western Star bumper because it's got a toe pin hole there and 2 sets of driving light holes. So I think that's a Western Star bumper. But they were donated to the cause and they were headed for the garbage, which is why they all have black X's for them on them. So they're headed to the steel bin. So naturally I had to save them, because a guy could use them. And even like this bumper might be good on, well, hard to say. Like this bumper has a plate on the back for making it fit. So when I look at those holes, but see those don't, you know, those aren't exactly, they don't exactly line up. I'll have to go get a tape measure. And see if any of them fit. Because I mean, even if it's a case where, you know, like a top one fits, and if you gotta modify it, but I mean, none of the, well, that one's got a toe pin down there. What if you put it on upside down? I know. Wouldn't that be crazy, man? Yeah. So that's that. And okay, so we look at these. So this will go up there, and you know, maybe I can reuse this. I'm gonna try, because now that I think about it, like, does it smell burnt? Probably does. I'll just set you guys up here. Can you see me now? So, you know, when I look at it, it doesn't smell bad. But what if I could heat it up and squash it and still use it? Because this is going to go up there like that. You're going to have the vinyl interior in there, which is going to hide that. So, and it's going to be dark. So I think I might as well try and use these. I know. I said it. We're going to do it. Because I believe in myself. And this is warped. And it's cracked. But the problem with these plastic is you can't find them anywhere. So, because nobody makes a reproduction. It would be nice if they made a reproduction. But, I don't know. Do you know anybody that makes a reproduction? Does Dad know if anyone knows if they make a reproduction? Dad? Oh, I just said, do you know if they make a reproduction? Who? Anybody? I'm just saying, I think I'm going to reuse these. I'm going to use some JB Weld, but try and use some heat to flatten this out, because that's going to go like that, and you're not really going to, I mean, I might not even have to flatten it out that much to have it. But
where does that fit?
Well, it goes in, like if this is the driver's seat, it goes like that. For the Aerodyne, it goes right here.
Okay, where's it going there?
And on here, it goes right like that.
Oh. Oh yeah.
So, anyways, how are you?
Good.
That's good.
Managed to get my Jeep back here. Towed with Steven's pickup.
How did it tow?
Good. You know what's behind you, but
Yeah.
no, it tows good.
Not quite as good as behind the motorhome?
No. Well, you can feel it wiggle. It's like you got a trailer behind you.
Yeah.
Whereas a motorhome, you can't feel anything.
Yeah, right.
But
So yeah, Dad's going to Creston? Castlegar.
take Steven's pickup to Castlegar and drive my Jeep back.
Because work around here is slow. So my brother Steve is taking his truck. That's probably 14, 16 hours away. Call it 16 hours away to go work. So Dad's gonna take his pickup down and tow his Jeep and bring it back. And I'm gonna stay here working on trucks because that's what I do. Well, except when I don't. So anyways, let's get to it because the other thing I have to do is paint this piece here. So,
What's in those boxes?
oh, right. Let me show you guys what's in those boxes. What's in those boxes, Mike? Well, like I was telling you about the battery box cover for K2, I met some very nice people from the Shroud Company. That's right, the Shroud Company. And this is what they hooked us up with. So, da-da-da! Battery box covers. Now this one,
There's a fiberglass one.
well, yeah, they're all fiberglass, but this battery box cover will actually go on the salvage Kenworth that we got at the auction, because it has an aluminum battery box cover that's all dented. So they sent me one of these. Now it's got this, I guess the rough fiberglass finish on the outside. And then if I move this down and we look underneath it, we have one for Smokey. Because, well, Smokey's looks okay, but it's kind of worn on the back. But they have two of them. And this is their catalog here. The Truck Shrouds LLC. This is their 2024 catalog. They also make 379 aftermarket panels, basically everything you see there, and it's really cool. So if we kind of look in their catalog, like sleeper tins and back walls and big hole conversion kits and all the hood parts you could need for a 389 or a 379. They don't have any 357 stuff yet, but yeah, that's their battery box covers right there. They also make some for a Peterbilt too, so that is great to know. And if you want to get a battery box cover, or if you need a fan shroud, because that's how they started, just look up Truck Shrouds LLC, and here's their phone number and information. They're in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. I think it's near Chicago. And oh, and here it is, www.truckshrouds.com. So there you go. You could click on that if it works. Focus. Anyways, that's their website, www.truckshrouds.com. They're stuck together. Easier said than done. But look, it's a battery box cover. One for K2 and one for Smokey. I gotta be careful I don't get like a fiberglass sliver or something here, because they are fiberglass. And yeah, you can get them painted up. You can get it smooth or rough finish. So if you have a driver that keeps losing battery box covers, you can just order one up. Just gonna primer this outside, and then we'll put it together and paint it with the with all the stuffs riveted on. But I just thought I'd give it a spray with brake cleaner. Get any dust and schmarms off. It actually works pretty good because the brake clean just evaporates. I'd use the tack cloth, but don't have one. I probably should have put this much effort into painting the side panels, but I didn't. This away. Oh yeah, she's evaporating. I shouldn't touch it with my fingers. I should probably put rubber gloves on, but I shouldn't touch it with my fingers because my fingers could be greasy. Even though I didn't eat any breakfast this morning. Well, that's not entirely true. I had a muffin. Costco muffin. And the Costco muffins, I don't know, they're not really like a healthy looking muffin, if you know what I mean. They're kind of like cake. That's probably why I'm a little portly. I just figured I'd prime it, and then we'll paint it black, so. See if I can get this to sit up a little bit. I guess I could probably do this. There we go. It's kind of cool because Andrea really likes smoky, and the cool thing about that, I'm a little clumsy too, but the cool thing about that is, you know what they say, if your wife is on board, you can do just about anything. Well, not quite, but you could do a lot more if your wife's on board. So, if you guys can still hear me, I'm trying a cordless mic system. So I got a new GoPro Hero 12. And when I was reading what it could do, it said that you compare it to your Bluetooth earbuds. And since your Bluetooth earbuds are a mic, so you can talk on the phone and stuff, I was like, maybe I could just use that so I have a mic without having to get a big fancy wireless mic thing. You can probably hear that. So yeah, if you're wondering what the red dot is, it's the mic. I'm Mike, that's a mic, and together we're mic'd. Yeah, you know, that's pretty funny. This is trim-clad, professional, high-performance rust primer. Now this isn't exactly rusty, but I mean, it should work, right? Oh yeah, you can tell already that it looks amazing. I like trim-clad products. I think it's very similar to Rust-Oleum. We used to paint all of our trucks back in the day, like the rigging, with trim-clad, and it withstood fairly well. You know, if I was a real professional, I would, you know, I'd mix up some primer and, you know, do it like a body shop would, but I'm not a real professional. This is backyard truck restoration. And we're on a budget. Well, and the budget is trying to do it with as little money as possible, within reason. I mean, it's that same old story. If you're not working the truck, it's hard to justify, you know, spending thousands rebuilding a truck. You know, and I guess that's where, in a lot of ways, a guy should just have one and, you know, do it as good as you can. And there's lots of y'all out there that are doing that, which I think is fantastic. But, you know, I'm not trying to go for a super show truck, because I know my truck isn't really a show truck. I mean, I'm hoping it can be one day, somewhat, but anyways, I guess I'm making excuses. I'm just making it good enough for me. You know what? Without spending a small fortune. It's primer's actually looking like it's flattening out quite nicely. Some edges, the bottom edge won't be seen. Of course, I put it on a little thick right there, so I gotta run. I'll have to wait for that to dry and then sand it a little bit because that will be seen. But there. Now we'll just let that cook. One of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some JB Weld. And the reason why is before I put the insulation in, I want to put, like, here is the inside of the riv nut for the fairing, and it's tight, but it's not super tight, if that makes any sense. So I did just scoop that on there. So yeah, I want to just put a little JB Weld on it to make it, yeah, just help it stay there. So, because that's the factory location, and I don't want to have to bore it out and put a bigger riv nut in there and drill it out, because that would, well, I just don't want to. That would suck, because then you end up with this great big gaping hole, and that's one of the things that I don't want, is a great big gaping hole. So I'll mix up this, use my stick as a little spatula. I'll group some on. Not sure if you guys can see me. I'm probably right in front of the camera. I'll just goop some in there. I'm not really too worried if I get it on the screw, because in theory, when I unscrew it one day when we paint it, it should unthread, is my theory. Yeah, I like this, because that'll just give it some extra protection. And when I say protection, I mean just, you know, hold it in there better. So, perfect. I'm gonna do some on this side too. Of course, my light is on the wrong side, he says. So are you guys. I can put you guys over there. Grab the light. There. There. So now I can see these other riv nuts that I did for the fairing, and I'm just going to put a little bit around them. They're not as long and deep as the others, which makes me a little nervous, but I think, well, hopefully they're good enough. Yeah, see, those ones down there look good. What about the ones for the grab handle? Because, you know, we're going to have to grab onto the grab handle. So anyways, I'll do that one, and catch up to you in a minute. Okay, so I've got that foam laid out, and I'm going to use the pieces that weren't melted as templates. So let's do some square ones. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to try laying this out like that, and then just cut them. Well, that worked good. Like that, and it's almost the exact thickness. Well, that's got a bit of a tear, but that's okay. We can still use it. And I'm going to make another one because I'm going to double up this gray foam so that it matches better to factory. If I have to squish it a little bit, we'll squish it a little bit. Just like that. I know what you're thinking, guys. That was easy. So I will just keep doing this because and when I say ain't, I don't want to use these again because they smell smoky, and we don't want smoky. I'm just going to try and go, oh, there's a fly. Go lightly so I don't scratch my floor too much. Is that one going to fit there? Oh, yeah. And then what I can do is once I have all these cut, is we can go inside and figure out where they go and start spray adhesing them. Adhesioning to the spot that they go. Okay, so I've got those pieces cut out ×2. So now I'm just going outside to see how my primer job did, and it is looking fine. Although you can see right here, I have a bit of a run. I was a little bit overzealous, so I'm just gonna see if I can just give it a little sand. There. Any other runs? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to rivet the angle pieces back on, and then that way, well, I'm going to rivet the whole thing actually. So when we paint it, all the rivets or mono bolts, our heads can get painted too. This one is going to go like this. Yeah, I like that. I like how tight these bite. So much better than just an aluminum rivet. And the K100 cabs have a problem, or are known for being loosey-goosey. So aluminum rivets that come loose are probably part of the problem. But let's face it, when all this stuff is manufactured, it's not manufactured to last forever. Got it. That's tight, man. This one.
Drop one. There. Now I'll show you why I like these. Look at how nice those clamp and squish. So those are way better than the aluminum rivets.
Are they steel?
Yeah. They're actually called mono bolts. And these go like that. Actually, like that. So it should just sit flush, which it is. Paint it in the truck. There. Take these out because we don't need to do those right now. And then when I put these on, it'll sit like that. Perfect.
Well, I'm gonna fire up Stubby and get him out of the way so that Dad can move the backhoe down to the field. So, because it's gonna burn a brush pile. Oh, it'll be fine. Silly goose. A little dusty in here. It's a little dusty. Okay. Fire in the hole. This truck starts and runs so good, that's why, you know what? Maybe it should be a motorhome. Just saying, it'd be cool. So, I've got some of these, which too small for there. Too small for there. But just right for here.
Just a little bit bigger, Michael. But it works. Now this one's going to be a tricky one because of the fact that I have to stuff it in behind there. Ouch. We're having fun, he said. Now some of these, I'm only doing one layer because 2 layers is going to be too much. Too much. Let's see if I can stuff this up under there. I think. A little bit more in there. I should go this. Put a couple little blocks in there. Well, I've got all the padding in. The lighting in here is kind of terrible, but what do you do? I got it all in this corner. I got it on the back wall. We got it on the ceiling. So now I can put the back storage box in and it can cover all this. But something I noticed is they have 2 rivets there and none on the back side, but it is double drilled. So I think I might put a couple on the back side just to make it a little bit stronger. Wipe that down because it looks like I didn't do a very good job painting it. Another thing I'm going to do is up on the roof, the panels that go here I'm going to screw back on, but I'm not gonna run with the seat belts. We're going to just cover it all up. But now that all this is in here, we can put the overhead on and then we can put the bunk on and start putting the interior in. It's exciting. Well, I had to fix my riveter because it was getting stuck and I made some marks there, so I'm gonna have to clean that up. But I had to take it apart and adjust it because it was just grabbing too much. And I figured it out, but yeah, it's there. So now I can start putting this back part on, AKA the bed, and this, and then we can start putting interior pieces in. Probably not going to happen today. How does this go? I think it goes a little something like this. Like a so. And then that rivets onto there. I think I made this harder than it needed to be, you know that? I know. I'm not surprised either. Well, this has been fun. The screws to put these on, I actually spray painted them just now. I didn't record it because, I mean, really, who cares? It's spray paint. Oh, and I got some, I didn't wipe them down. Dang, rabbit. I got some blisters there, but I also spray painted the bolts for that and these. They're going to be covered up anyway, so it really doesn't matter, but just be nice to make it as good as it can be. But we're close. Look at that. Well, we still have a pile of work to do, but I don't have that much left to do to start putting the sleeper parts in. And then once we do that, actually no, before I do that, I want to run a wire in case I want to put some red lights, like some watermelon lights hanging from the thingamajigger, you know, for truck shows and stuff. So I'm going to run a wire behind the panel so I can do that at a later date. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm also going to run some speaker wire. So I have to get some speakers for up there, but not today. But I should run wires because then they're there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching.